Knowing about and understanding banking and personal finances is an important first step when you move abroad and you're settling down in a new country. And it's great when you get there, but in my mind, it shouldn't stop there. There's a level above that, which is optimizing your personal financial situation and looking for the financial instruments and tools that will give you the best value for your money and get you some benefits and rewards in exchange for that. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 bank cards that Spanish residents can apply for and make use of to get the best value for their money with some very attractive rewards. Let's get right into it. If you're new here, my name is Jonny. I'm originally from the UK, but I've been living and working in Madrid for the past 5 years. On this channel, I talk a lot about life in Spain, the practical aspects of living here, like how to move here, managing your finances, saving, investing, etc. Also talk a little bit about property, and I share my journeys and trips around the world when I travel as well. And before we get into the cards, I want to give a bit of context as to what I think is like this next level. Because any bank can go out there and offer you interest on your money because you open an account with them, or they can offer you discounts in certain stores. But in my opinion, the offers in Spain that exist, either one, aren't really worth it, like the cash back or the interest on savings isn't high enough, or the discounts are at stores that, very few people would really shop at, or because it can be both at the same time or one or the other. 2 is that the bank or financial institution is not really offering a wide range of benefits. Maybe they got 1 or 2, but it's not enough to really get you on board and be like, yeah, this is where I can really get the most for my money. And 3 is like very difficult to make use of. Like the thresholds are really high to get there. Or like I said in the previous ones, that's stores or specific restaurants that, you're not going to go to every day. So it makes you question like, is this really worth it? And so the 3 cards I'm about to talk about in this video all kind of have some factors in common. Like for the cost of getting the card, where applicable, if there's an annual or monthly fee, there's a whole range of benefits, rewards, cashback, etc. that will come with having the card. They may offer discounts, reward points, benefits that you can use in a wide range of stores or in a wide range of circumstances, meaning that it is easy to take advantage of. And the 3 of them are generally pretty advantageous to use abroad as well, whether through the exchange rates or through the commissions that are applicable where they are applicable. And so with that said, let's take a look at the different cards that I'm talking about here. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about really only caught my attention within the past few months, actually, through seeing it advertised online and with other influencers that are promoting it. It's primarily an investing and saving platform, but is now also a fully registered bank in Germany, and that is Trade Republic. And so the main benefits I see of using Trade Republic are their cashback and shareback schemes, meaning that at the time of recording, on balances of up to 50,000 euros, you can earn up to 3% interest on your cash balance on Trade Republic. And on eligible spending as well, you can also get 1% save back, essentially cash back, but receiving that cash back like in the form of stocks or ETFs. They also offer a rounding up program where, for example, if you make a purchase of €9.50, rounded up the difference to the nearest euro, which is 10 euros. Those 50 cents will be essentially invested again into ETFs or stocks for you automatically. Having a look on the platform as well, Trade Republic offers a range of popular US, European stocks and ETFs as well, covering a range of different geographies, sectors, and even global ETFs as well. There's no maintenance fee for having an account with Trade Republic. There's a one-time fee if you're issued with a classic card of 5 euros, or if you are issued a mirror card, then 50 euros. But no like monthly fees apart from the issue fee for the card at the beginning. You can also use the card abroad and make purchases in foreign transactions without any extra commission using the exchange rate that is determined in the app. It's worth noting though that unlike in the case of the other 2 cards I'm going to talk about in this video, there's no travel insurance offered when traveling with the Trade Republic card. Perhaps not a big deal for some people, but worth keeping in mind in case you are comparing between the 3 cards. So overall, I think this is a pretty interesting offer, really good for people who are looking to automate their saving and investing, maybe for someone who's finding it hard to prioritize saving and investing, or someone who's just getting started on their journey and they're just working with small quantities at this stage, then something like Trade Republic can be a good first step to get started on that investing and saving journey, whilst having it pretty much automated and you're just going about your daily life making everyday purchases. So those are the main benefits I see in the case of Trade Republic. All right, now the next 2 cards I'm going to talk about are credit cards. Those of you that have known me from the days when the channel was primarily personal finance, I'm pro credit card use, but anti-credit card debt. So if you are thinking about getting a credit card, then of course spend wisely and make sure you know how to get the benefits out of credit cards properly without getting yourself into a detrimental financial situation through credit card debt. And so the card I'm going to discuss now is a credit card that belongs to an airline in Spain, none other than that of the flagship carrier of the country, Iberia. This is the Iberia Cards Credit Card. So the Iberia card, whilst it's built around kind of one main advantage, that one main advantage in my opinion is a pretty big one, and it's the ability to accumulate Avios points with every purchase. Avios points are essentially a kind of airline miles that can be used with Iberia along with other airlines in the One World Alliance, like for example British Airways, American Airlines, Qatar Airways, amongst a whole load of others. I'll put the link in the video description so you can see what airlines are part of the One World Alliance. But yeah, with your everyday spending in Spain with this credit card, you're accumulating Avios points that you can then exchange for flights, for other benefits as well, with a large number of airlines, many of which fly to and from Spain. And you can of course transfer your Avios points between different programs as well. Like for example, with this credit card, your Avios points will go directly to your Iberia Plus account if you have one. But at the same time, if you're part of the British Airways Executive Club, then you can transfer Avios between Iberia Plus and British Airways Executive Club, for example. So the Iberia Cards program offers two cards. They offer the Classic and they offer the Icon card. Now with the Icon card, you'll get 1 Avios for every 3 euros you spend, and with the Classic card, you'll get 1 Avios point for every 5 euros you spend. However, if you book a flight on Iberia.com, then it's 1 Avios for every 1 euro spent. On top of that, Iberia Cards frequently run promotions for double Avios or for extra Avios during specific times of the year, and they also have welcome offers on for new customers as well. At the time of recording, for the Iberia Icon card, there's a 20,000 Avios welcome, and for the Classic card, it's 6,000 Avios welcome as well. You can also gain extra Avios for non-euro purchases as well, like when you're spending your card abroad, but there is a 3.5% commission on non-euro purchases. That's one of the downsides of this card. Whilst you can use it abroad, there is a commission on foreign currency transactions. Coming back to Iberia.com, not only do you get 1 Avios per 1 euro of spend on there as well, but using that card, you'll also get a 10% discount on Iberia flights that you purchase with the Iberia card as well. So again, another nice advantage, of course, of loyalty to Iberia in this sense. If you pay for fuel as well with your Iberia Icon card, then you'll get 3 cents per litre that you fill up your car with or your vehicle with, to add to your wallet, which is essentially like a virtual wallet that you can then use in the future to save some money when filling up in the future. And that's valid when you're filling up and paying for it with Iberia card at either Repsol, Camsa or Petronor fuel stations. Whilst traveling as well, you've also got assistance and accident insurance through the Iberia card as well. Now there's an annual fee for this card, 99 euros in the case of the Icon card and 50 euros in the case of the Classic card. So it is something that you need to weigh up as to whether you're going to get your money's worth. In my opinion, if you're someone who flies frequently with a One World Alliance airline like Iberia, like British Airways, like American Airlines, Qatar Airways, etc., then this can be really advantageous because it's really easy to get those Avios points as well. It's a Visa credit card, so it's very widely accepted. You know, pretty much anywhere you go that accept cards payment will accept it. So it's very easy to clock up those Avios. There's the welcome bonuses as well. So I think in the case that if you do fly with one of those airlines quite frequently, then this can be a really good card to use. Outside of that, I do find it a little bit hard to justify with the fee. But if you're in Spain and you do fly quite frequently to travel, then there's probably a good chance that you are going to fly with Iberia. If you're an American, as I say, you got American Airlines, Brits, you got British Airways, you know, you get the idea. All right, and the last card I want to talk about, very well known around the world, especially in the United States as well, and that is the American Express card. And the two I'm going to talk about in this video are the Platinum card and the Gold card. The American Express card, as one might expect, has the highest fee. In the case of the Gold card, it's a 16 euro monthly fee, and in the case of the Platinum card, it's a 65 euro monthly fee. So you're looking at 192 euros per year for the American Express Gold card, and you're looking at 780 euros per year for the Amex Platinum card. So a lot of money, obviously, but for the right person, there are some very, very good benefits that you can get through the Amex program. Probably many Americans watching will be familiar with the Amex points scheme. So of course, with every purchase you make with your American Express card, you'll get Amex points. Now, the value of Amex points can vary over time. You know, it's a little bit arbitrary, but essentially as time goes on and you build up these Amex points, they can be exchanged for preferential offers at hotels, flights, car rentals, etc., that are all part of like the Amex travel program, Amex Viajes as it's known as here in Spain. American Express also often run welcome offers for new clients where they'll offer a generous quantity of Amex points as well. So that can also be quite attractive at the start. In addition, with both cards, thanks to Amex's partnership with Priority Pass, you can get airport lounge access twice a year for free in the case of the Gold card and unlimited in the case of the Platinum card. You can also go through fast track security at certain airports, Madrid Barajas Airport being one of them, and you've also got travel insurance coverage on both types of card as well. In terms of using the card abroad, there's no commissions on foreign currency transactions, but you'll be subject to kind of American Express's exchange rate when you're making foreign currency purchases in a non-euro currency, that is. So some very attractive benefits for keen travelers and frequent travelers, frequent flyers, etc. One of the downsides with American Express though is kind of where it is accepted in Spain. It's not as widely accepted as the likes of a Visa or a MasterCard. You'll typically find that 1 or 2 supermarkets accept it. Most restaurants tend to accept American Express. The odd small business here and there, and then making purchases online, you know, you can typically use American Express for that as well. And so you do just have to be aware of that and think strategically about when and where you can use your Amex card so that you can get those points and have some of those benefits I talked about. Also, unlike the other 2 cards as well, American Express, in the case of both cards, does have minimum income requirements when applying for them. In the case of the gold card, they request proof of a minimum of 25,000 euros gross income. And in the case of the platinum, 30,000 euros gross income. So in the case of Amex, if I were to think who would benefit the most from it, like the gold card, you know, a frequent traveler, but not a super frequent traveler, you know, someone who travels like 4 or 5 times a year in general, you know, can probably, if they're strategic with their spending, where they use their Amex card, then they can get enough Amex points to, you know, exchange later for, you know, a hotel stay or some flights or a car rental, for example. And then they can use the 2 airport lounge entries as well on a couple of those trips, but knowing that they're spending like 190 euros annually on that gold card. In the case of the platinum card, like for you to really get your money's worth, I think you have to be a very, very frequent traveler. Like I'm talking like multiple times per month going through airports, or a very big, but reasonable, of course, spender as well, so that those Amex points are accumulating and then you're exchanging them. In both cases here, and with the Iberia card as well, it's all about doing a bit of maths of, are the benefits I'm getting worth the annual fee that I'm paying? Like, am I receiving the same? Am I receiving more than I'm paying an annual fee? Or am I receiving less, in which case, you know, I'm paying to have a card and I'm not really optimizing my situation. These are the kind of things that you need to think about when choosing, is one of these cards suitable for you or not. Alright guys, so I hope you found this video interesting and helpful. Leave a comment and let me know, have you looked at any of these cards? Are you using any of these cards, and how has your experience with them been? And if you want to see a couple more finance related videos, then be sure to check out these 2 videos here. Till next time, I'll see you on the next one, and let's get this money.